Welcome to another video. I want to share with you what I cook in a week so that you can gain some ideas and inspiration so that you can incorporate into your own cooking, and I hope that you enjoy it. Today I'm making Vietnamese inspired noodle bowl. So first we're gonna start with marinating the pork. You can use any meat you want, but for here I'm using pork cut into thin slices, and then we are going to make a marinade. Here we're using garlic, cilantro root, and black peppercorn, and then pound them into a paste using mortar and pestle. You can use food processor, but I think this method is better. And here's a trick to tenderize the pork. I use baking soda. And you add a little bit of baking soda, add a little bit of soy sauce, and coconut sugar, and that's the marinade for the pork. Mix well with your hands, and then let it rest for at least an hour before we cook it. Now it's time to prepare the sauce. We used fish sauce, white vinegar, and coconut sugar. I used the ratio of 1 cup of vinegar, a quarter cup of fish sauce, and half a cup of sugar. Put it on low heat just to melt the sugar, and then taste the dressing, adjust it to your own liking, and then chop some garlic and throw it in there. Now it's time to prepare the vegetables. I usually wash the whole head of lettuce and then dry them and keep them in a big container so I can have access to a salad green whenever I want. We're gonna use lettuce in this dish as a topping also. I like to remove seed out of the cucumbers because I like to keep only like crunchy part of the cucumber. I think the seed is kind of diluting the flavor of other ingredients. Now I'm gonna slice some red radishes. And then I'm gonna shred some carrots as well. And some red cabbage. Yeah, we're getting a lot of colors in this dish. Now is the exciting time. Let's make the bowl. First, we're gonna grill the pork on the pan. Use medium heat and just make sure that both sides are nice and golden brown. And then cook the noodle according to the instruction. Here I use small size rice noodle. Coat the noodle with a little bit of oil to prevent them from sticking. Divide the noodles into each bowl and then top up with the vegetable that we prepared, and then top with the pork and dress with the dressing that we just made. And here you have a Vietnamese inspired noodle bowl. Forgot to mention that I added cilantro and mint on top, and it was really good. Today I'm making Korean inspired stir-fry noodle. I'm going to use the pork from the leftover from yesterday. To start, I chopped some garlic, ginger, and onions into small pieces, and also some chopped Chinese celery as well. Then I'm slicing cabbage into thin slices, and then also red bell peppers. I'm gonna put some leftover shredded carrots that we have from yesterday as well into the stir fry. So this is a little bit something extra that I want to add to the noodle dish. Here we cooked eggs like thin crepe, and then we roll it up and then cut them into strips to use as a topping for the noodle. Now it's time to do the stir fry. Start with a hot pan with a little bit of oil. Once the oil is hot, then add some onions in it, and then cook the onion for a couple minutes until the onions is softened first before you add garlic and ginger. Keep cooking the aromatics for 3 to 4 minutes before you add the bell pepper, and then cook the bell pepper for a little bit more, and then add the cabbage and carrots. At this point, once the veggie is all cooked, then add the Chinese celery and stir it for a couple more minutes. And as you can see, I'm adding some cut up pork pieces into it, and then the noodles. Turn the heat off and then season with soy sauce and coconut sugar. Mix them well and taste it and season it to your own liking. And once you like the flavor, drizzle some sesame oil and then mix it again and we're good to go. To serve, just add the eggs on top. Here you have my Korean-inspired stir-fry noodle bowl. Today I'm making a Korean-inspired rice bowl. First, we're going to cook the rice, and I use 1 cup of white rice and 1 tablespoon of black rice. And in the meantime, we are going to marinate the chicken. So I cut up some garlic, onions, and ginger as a base for the marinade. And then we are going to use soy sauce and coconut sugar as the flavoring, just kind of similar to yesterday. And then I added chicken pieces, mix really well, and set it aside for now. In the meantime, we are going to prepare the vegetables, and here I use Chinese broccoli. I cut them into medium-sized pieces and they are going to be blanched in boiling water later. This is a cabbage from the other day, and I'm going to salt the cabbage to make like an instant pickle. So I'm gonna let it sweat for a little bit and then I'll add apple cider vinegar later on. And as you probably already know, I like to remove the seeds of my cucumber just because I like only the crunchy part of it. So that's how I prepare the cucumber for this dish as well. Now let's blanch the broccoli. Just cook it for only like a minute or two and then set it aside for now. The cabbage at this point and it's wet and you can squeeze the water out, then it's ready. So add some apple cider vinegar and here you have an instant pickled cabbage. Now it's time to prepare the sauce, and it's very easy. Start with a tablespoon of gochujang, and you can always adjust it later. Gochujang has salty flavor, so you want to kind of cut it with sweet flavor from honey, and then use apple cider vinegar as the tangy taste to add to it. Mix, and then taste the sauce. You want a balance of sweet, tangy, and salty. And if you like the taste already, then drizzle with sesame oil and add toasted sesame seeds. And there you have the sauce. Now it's time to make the bowl. Cook the chicken in a little bit of oil until it's nice and golden brown. And line up all the vegetables. For the topping, we have Chinese broccoli, cabbage, cucumber, carrots. I usually serve kimchi on the side just in case anybody wants it. Divide the rice into each bowl and then top up with colorful vegetables. Add the chicken and the eggs and then drizzle with the sauce. And there you have it, a healthy Korean-inspired rice bowl. Today I'm making something different. I'm going to make chicken and quinoa avocado salad. First, let's cook the quinoa. Wash the quinoa grains really well before you cook it. I use a ratio of 1 cup of quinoa and 2 cups of water. I use a rice cooker to cook it, but you can also cook it in a pot on low heat as well. Now let's prepare the chicken. I use skinless chicken breast and I season it with salt, cumin, and smoked paprika, and a little bit of oil. Spread the seasoning all over the chicken breast and then set it aside for now. Now it's time to make avocado dressing. Here I use half of the avocado, and avocado here is huge. As you can see, it kind of looks like zucchini, right? In the blender, I'm going to add avocado, garlic, 1 chili, and I add a bunch of cilantro and mint in there together with some yogurt, honey, and a little bit of salt and lime juice. And then blend it up and then taste the dressing. You want it to be tangy, a little bit sweet, and I use honey to sweeten it. Adjust it to your own liking, and there you have the dressing. Now it's time to put everything together. So here we're gonna start with cooking the chicken. Cook the chicken on medium-low heat about 5 to 6 minutes on each side and then let it rest. In the meantime, cut up lettuce and then cut up some bell peppers, shred some carrots, and I also add cooked corns in here as well. And I also cut some avocado. By the time you finish preparing the vegetables, the chicken is ready to cut. As you can see, it looks nice and juicy. By the time everything is done, the quinoa is perfectly cooked and is ready to serve. Line the plate with quinoa and then top up with salad, and then add the chicken on top, drizzle with the dressing, and there you have this beautiful chicken quinoa avocado salad. Alright, today is pretty much the last day of the weekday and I'm making something very easy. I am preparing the rest of the cabbage that I have left in the fridge to make a slaw. I still have some red radishes in the fridge, so I'm gonna add them in there as well. Cabbage goes well with apples, so I always have apples in my fridge, so why not put it in there as well? I also throw in some mixed nuts for the crunch in the salad as well. I've got this bacon in the fridge, so I'm going to just fry the bacon until it's crispy and then make soft-boiled eggs. For the salad, I mix mayonnaise and mustard together and then mix with the salad and then serve with the bacon and egg. And that's pretty much the whole weekdays of my cooking. I hope that you enjoyed the recipe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!